The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Welcome back to the Shed for another session of our Dungeon World campaign set in the world of Alamand. Nesolis, Kalam'Te, Truk, and the crew of the Dawnbringer get ready to sail the open ocean as we get started. Enjoy the podcast.
Hi, and welcome to the Shed for Adventures from the Shed. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com, Facebook, iTunes, YouTube,
Stitcher Radio,
Bing, Google Plus, all over the place. We're going to go around the table and say hi, starting with
Bing. Hi, everyone. This is Mickie. I play Nesolis, the tiefling warlock.
Yes.
That now uses the wizard.
Stop. You could stop. You could
Just
stop.
stop. You are completely correct right now. Just stop.
How many episodes is that?
All of them.
All of them. JJ here, playing Kalam'Te, the human paladin of capitalism.
Hey, this is Kurt. I am playing Truk. He is a human monk with some druid tendencies. In Dungeon World, we're using fighter stats. And by the way, last night I was playing on chess.com, checking out the internet, having a great night at home. I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah.
Windows 10 started updating on me.
What?
In the middle of my god darn chess game, Windows 10 update. Shut down my computer for 4 hours.
Hecky Becky.
4 hours.
Okay, so anyway, I'm Joe. I'm the game master as we continue this Dungeon World campaign set in the world of Alamand. Britt is not with us today, so we're continuing
She
this
doesn't
story.
feel well.
See the sidebar.
Elena. Yes.
She doesn't feel well.
You will probably know this if you listen to our sidebar from last week. We're continuing this Dungeon World campaign, and Kurt is going to give us a little recap of our last session. Go ahead, Kurt.
It will be very brief. We spent the last session in the seaside town of Wint. We were hanging out at the Sea Spirits Tavern, watching Ellen do her work, and really just kind of going about the life of recuperating in town, making sure that Wylena was healed. But then Nesolis decided that she wanted to send a message through some magical telepathy that we called a tweet to the Wadozation Monastery to inform them that evil was coming their way quickly and they should prepare themselves. And that seemed like a noble and wise thing to do, but somehow her magic backfired. And it turns out that she sapped the energy of our party mate Elena, who is now lying in a coma at the Second Church of Wint, with a rune.
Wow, he actually remembered it was the second church.
The second church of Wint, with the rune that Nesolis used to cast her message spell inscribed or burned onto her forehead. The party went to the second church of Wint to try to revive her, worked with the dwarfs who were the overseers of that church, had no success, but when Nesolis tried to find out what had happened, she saw a flash. An evil flash, a terrifying flash of her father, Dantalion.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who is a evil, dark lord spirit. And now
Demon.
she knows.
He's double evil, though.
She knows that Dantalion knows where she is. And he is probably coming to get her. So that's where we left off. We are waiting for the cutter that that Kalam'Te's people are designing to be a super speedy vessel across the sea so that the party can get back to the Wadozation Monastery to fight for the third sword before the Naga and Dantalion and the other forces of evil arrive.
Yeah.
So say I.
So say we all.
Frack
Hey! JJ, would you like to fourth that motion?
I would like to fourth that motion. And yeah, I mean it's going to be a good trip, I think. I was able to secure 6 other sailors to help us.
Cool. So you
Are they alive or undead?
They are alive. These ones are alive. Plus, we have the cook.
I forgot to mention the undead sailors we have working for us.
Exactly.
The skeleton crew. Yes.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible that we might have what you call a perilous voyage ahead of us?
Perilous journey.
Perilous journey.
Perilous journey.
Yeah.
It's quite possible.
So you have a total of 11 aside from the...
Yes,
the
I have 6 normal sailors.
Now, what races are they? Just
they're all kinds. This being a portside town,
yeah.
It is a eclectic bunch.
Okay,
Take what you can get.
But the thing is, like I wanted to make sure that these were gentlemen that had worked together before.
Okay.
To ensure that there is a good camaraderie, that, you know, if one wanted to mutiny, then the other ones might, you know, stop that from happening.
So are these from the stock before the pirates then? Ones that were already
These
employed
are
in
come
Wint?
after the pirates.
Okay.
These are recent comers to the town of
Okay.
Wint.
So relatively new sailors, but they have worked together.
They have worked
Okay.
together.
So I think Truk has done everything that he needs to do in town. He has taken the hilt of his former short sword and had a new blade welded or crafted onto it. He has healed himself and has healed Wylena as best as she can be healed during her time in town. He has tried to do everything he can to help Elena, but there's really nothing more he can do. So he is at this point waiting for his compatriots to be ready to undertake the voyage.
Does Nesolis need to do anything special to get ready?
She needs to say goodbye to Wayne. You know, he's been consoling her for the past
So
two
she
days.
have to go unlock the hotel room door and
You know, get him out of his little
shell.
outfit. No, they just
Give him his ball gag.
give him his take out the ball gag and the plugs.
I love that as an afterthought.
Just say goodbye to her, buddy.
Put on the nipple clamps.
Pull off the nipple clamps and take the gag.
I love the fact that Mickie is the dirtiest member of our group. I love it.
Okay, so Wayne, is he doing okay?
He loved every
Okay,
second of it. What are you
he's doing
talking
all
about?
right. Yeah. Anything else? That
No, that's it.
No, that's it. That's all she needed to do to get ready. All right. JJ, what does the new boat look like? We had determined the name was
The Dawnbringer.
Dawnbringer, and it has the seal of the charter
Amherst,
house.
yep.
What does it look like overall?
It is very, very sleek. It's a 3-mast ship. It's very angular and pointy. It's very narrow, so
Okay.
it's long, like 40 feet long, but at its widest, it's only about 10 feet.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Long
a very,
and sleek.
very
So like the old Viking ships. Like
exactly super.
long and thin.
Okay.
Um,
That's what she said.
Not like Wayne.
Not like Wayne.
Not like Wayne. Short and thick.
He is short and thick. They call him beer can.
Beer can. She crushed the beer can. So you get everybody on board, ready to head off. And are there any instructions you leave behind to Philippe?
no, Philippe he has shown himself to be a great resource, and I do tell him that if he keeps it up, then he can expect to migrate to Amarash soon.
Neat. Will his wages increase by an odd fraction?
Yes.
Okay.
By pi, actually.
By pi over 3 squared.
Yeah.
Okay. Any instructions you want to leave the dwarves at the second church of Wint as far as Elena? They're keeping care of her, but is there anything that you want them?
Hey, Nesolis, could you put a cage spell around Elena?
I can, but then as soon as I leave, it drop.
True.
So,
While I'm there, she's super protected.
super.
I think the runes.
I think we
and
should
the-
leave the dwarves a generous stipend to do their best to watch over our compatriot.
You would have to confirm that with your local banker,
Excuse me.
the Bank of Calamity.
I think Calamity's running.
Is he
low
still
on
in
funds.
Calamity is low on debt. He's high in debt, but he's definitely not low in liquid funds.
He's low
So
on
he's
funds.
just he's leveraging.
He's leveraging.
on margin.
Exactly.
He is floating checks.
He's kiting. You.
Yeah.
That's right. Where we go, funds don't matter.
Exactly.
But it does matter in the city where Elena's being.
Yeah, I
left.
do think we should make. We care for Elena deeply. We should
Yeah.
make sure that she is well provided for
It's
in our
allergy
absence.
season.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're going to leave the dwarves with money to care for her?
Yeah, and I would
Yes.
also have mentioned to Jalen, the wizard, that I want him to occasionally check in and make sure things are well there.
Okay.
And I would have sketched out. Well, the dwarves have already seen the sketch that I prepared
Yes.
of the face that I saw, and tell
Yeah.
them to take the most precautions possible to protect themselves and the church.
And they'll let you know that they've done as much as they can to keep evil away from their doors.
I will also have Philippe on the next stalking mission to the temple to tell Jer of Elena's downfall.
Okay, that's a good thing.
So the order
Got
knows.
Yeah. Well, she's the only member of the order.
True.
It hasn't been enough time to recruit anyone else. Spreading the word and all.
The final order. All right.
You might want to let Rudolph and the Order of the Crimson know that. No, seriously, it's time to.
You cut his nose off.
That's
dude.
true.
Come
Let's
on.
roll.
Actually, you didn't. I think he did.
It's
Cut
time to start our
Rudolph's nose
journey.
off.
Let's go.
Okay,
do
so
this.
onto the boat, off into the ocean.
So sit right back and enjoy a tale
Tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard a tiny ship.
It's not. Well, it's thin. I don't know if it's tiny.
That's true.
It's the.
I don't know,
It's the
it's
SS
Mighty.
Minodon.
If we
There
had
was a Dawnbringer.
if we only had Ginger on the strip,
You've got.
Or Marianne.
You got Wylena, right?
that's true.
All right.
And
You do have Wylena, right? You brought her Wylena?
Sure, all the Nesolis, I think, is tired. She's tired from all of her time with Wayne.
Yeah, a girl's got to recover. It takes time.
Recover from making him do things.
I do things too. To him.
The afterthought, as he said.
It's hard to peg a dude. All right, sorry.
What kind of meals do you have when you're at sea?
Oh, I did make sure to have a galley cook. So
Who's alive?
who is alive? He's not part of the 6 crewmen that I told you about earlier.
Okay.
I have maxed out this vessel with the 17 people.
I thought it was 15.
17.
Okay.
Okay.
And it should be, and this is Kalam'Te being what do you call it? Hopeful.
Yeah.
We should have enough for first class meals for the party throughout the trip, assuming no complications arise.
Okay. So like first class, this is airline food kind of thing.
Exactly,
right?
like airline
Okay.
kind of food, and then there are enough provisions on to undertake a longer.
I mean, if
journey.
nothing else, everyone can eat beef jerky for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And sea biscuits.
And sea biscuits. Isn't that a horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grill them up is delicious.
Yeah, horse jerky. So with that, we are going to undertake a perilous journey,
OMG.
as Kurt hinted to earlier. Now, normally this is about a 2.5 to 3 week trip. Because of the new boat, it should take less than 2 weeks, and we'll see how that works out.
All right, let's do it.
So undertake a perilous journey.
2d6?
Is there? No, well, we need to.
We have to
get
decide who's going to be the quartermaster, the
So-
trailblazer,
Yep,
and the scout.
and the scout.
What are the modifiers on this?
Wisdom? All of
Wisdom.
them. Yeah.
So who
So-
shall be the... I think you should be the quartermaster. Kalam'Te.
Okay.
I think Kalam'Te... What do you guys think? What do you think, Truk? Truk doesn't
I mean,
care.
it is my ship, so I mean,
Yeah, he's probably going to order people around regardless of if he's the quartermaster or
I'm
not.
somewhat wise.
So you want to be
somewhat.
what? The trailblazer?
I mean, realistically, I would.
no, you would
I'd be
you'd probably be the scout.
I was gonna say I'd be the scout.
up in the crow's nest.
Exactly.
So you're going to put the amount of time that it takes us to reach there in my hands?
Yeah.
It's got to be now. It says right on
Well,
the
that's just
move,
because you like grabbing the rudder.
if nobody
Well,
takes it,
you
it's
know.
automatically considered a failure.
Oh, okay. So,
So it's
I'll
better
be
to
the
take it and
trailblazer.
try than
I don't
to.
know. I feel like at this
ignore
point,
it.
Nesolis you'd feel like you should be in charge. You'd be taking control. of stuff.
Dominating.
If
Yeah,
you would
and it may be totally ill-founded, but I feel like that's what you would do.
All right. I'll be the trailblazer.
And Truk just likes watching because he's a
He's
bit of
a
a layer.
Dirty.
That's why he's
dirty.
the scout. All right. All right. So what I'd like to have first is the scout, please.
All right, and then after this, make sure you rub them on your breast.
Absolutely. Especially
7
after that.
plus 1, 8.
There you
8.
go.
Okay. Scout has 8. Next.
Got to rub them on
I'm
the
sorry,
boobies.
Next, I want the trailblazer. Yep.
To rub them first.
Yep.
Oh, the boobs are not working
Wow.
today. 7.
Seven.
Oh, you made it.
Wow, that's good. Okay. And
Quartermaster as a 8.
8. Okay, so everybody just
Successes
cruised
all
right by
around.
normal. Nothing extra special.
Nothing
The
extra
scout.
horrible.
Exactly. This is a completely average result. As we progress through the waves. Perhaps a week into the trip, you guys have eaten some beef jerky, some of the quote-unquote first-class food, which consists of just differing bits of gruel and porridge and what have you, as well as some grilled meats. So this cook that Kalam'Te brought along is good at being able to keep a fire contained in the galley of the ship.
Always a good thing.
Yes. So you're able to actually have some cooked foods, which is nice. Through the middle of the day, Truk notices that there are some waves that keep following, or a wake is probably a better way to put it, that seem to be following the boat.
This is never good.
It's like underwater, something that doesn't quite break the surface, but there's just enough to cause another wake along with the wake of the Dawnbringer.
Right, so I would mention to my compatriots, it appears that something's tracking the boat. I don't know what it is. I'd try to look more closely and see if I can discern what it might be.
So can you do that out loud so that JJ can hear it now since he just stepped back in?
I would say to Nesolis and JJ, there appears to be something that's tracking alongside our boat with creating a wake, but we can't see quite what it is. But I'm scared that there's something following us.
Yeah, it's probably just porpoises.
Try to look more
Porpie.
closely.
Porpie.
It's a porcupine.
I would be happy if it were just porpie, but this looks bigger.
This would be a discern realities then.
Yes, it
Let's
would.
do that.
With wisdom?
Read the sheet is wisdom, yes.
Read the sheet. Isn't that the Game Master's job?
There's only 10 things you can do in this damn game,
It
and
is
you can't
wisdom.
figure them out.
It's wisdom.
Yes, it's wisdom.
9.
9. So you get to ask a question off of the list of discern realities.
I've got the special basic moves right here.
Special basic moves.
And discern realities.
What you got?
Oh, there's so many that would work.
Yeah, so
I mean, I
pick
could
one.
ask what is about to happen.
You could
or I could say, what should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah.
What here is not as it appears to be. I think
So
I'm going to ask.
think of the story. In this case, Truk was watching the wake.
Right.
And what is it he really wants to know based on the wake?
What the hell is in the water behind us?
Okay, so
What should I look at?
what you can see at the edge of the darkness of the water, just as something comes up to create a wake, it looks like a tentacle. But not like an octopus tentacle, like some kind of, like a spear at the end of a tentacle.
Like a
looking thing.
Cthulhu Old One's tentacle?
It could be, yeah.
This is not good.
I'm not ready to fight an
yeah.
old one.
I love sushi.
Could also be a squid.
I love
could
calamari
be.
too.
But it also looks very large. Like the wake it's creating is almost the size of the wake of the boat, because the boat itself isn't that wide.
Can I spout lore or something? that
I would love it if you would.
Because it sounds like it might be.
So what is it you would do that would kick off the spout lore move?
Well,
you would think of
if I saw a tentacle and I said it doesn't look like an octopus sucker.
Are you going
sucker.
Scottish?
It looks like it might be
I think he's going French.
from the Kraken.
let's do a spout lore, which is intelligence.
Oh no! See, I rolled an 8, but with intelligence, that's like a 1.
Right next to or right above
Seven,
the discern
7.
realities move is spout lore.
7.
So you roll that plus intelligence, and as a 7, what that means is I give you a bit of information, something interesting, and it's up to you to make it useful. So it does harken back to some stories that you remembered. Because if I remember right, Truk didn't pay that much attention in history class in the monastery, right? He was more interested in Michaela. Yes.
Michaela.
You remember stories of a monster of the deep.
Right.
And those stories do indicate that word that Kurt was saying, the Kraken.
Right. So when you're in a monastery in the hills and the mountains, landlocked,
Yeah.
stories of the sea are interesting to you. And so while I was not a particularly bookish lad, I do remember
Bookish.
stories of pirates.
See, that's the thing. Truk, he heard about the monster of the deep. But the monster of the deep don't know about the monster in the sheets.
Oh Lord! And can we mute that part?
I don't think I'll
Cut
go
it
through
out.
the effort. Yeah.
Well, I was just trying to give explanation for why Truk would know of the Kraken, and
Yes.
he does because he was intrigued by these tales of faraway places because
Okay.
to him they weren't book learning; they were epic kind of.
That's how
old tales.
that's how Truk got the nickname Kraken.
Oh my god.
Philip McCracken.
Oh lord.
Yes.
So he now knows that there is a good chance that we are fighting a giant squid of ferocious nature.
Epic proportion.
It could be a nice squid.
It could be it has not attacked us. It has not been aggressive.
Can I talk to
I
it?
think we should leave
Can
it
you
alone.
talk to it? You know what I'd like to do there, Mickie, is let's do a spout lore for Nesolis.
Okay.
Because the thought of can I talk to it is, to me, drawing upon knowledge of can it communicate.
All right.
And based on what you remember about the ocean-dwelling squid things,
Plus intelligence, right?
yeah,
Ooh, that's my best stat.
yeah.
So that is 7 plus 3 is 10.
What you recall is squid don't talk.
Damn it.
Oh, squid
Not,
don't
not
talk.
sentient-wise, not like you couldn't get its thoughts or anything other than I want to eat now kind of thing.
Okay,
right?
so in
But
that
it wouldn't. It isn't like it's not a pet that would obey you or anything like that. It's just a thing.
in that vein,
Yeah.
given that I know that it's it just wants to eat, could I like throw something overboard and have it feed on that?
Well, but
You
it
would
hasn't
need to
attacked
throw
us yet.
something overboard as big as the boat.
It would have to be huge.
This thing is huge.
Why don't we throw a Kalam'Te overboard?
But who's going to pay for everything?
That's
We're
true,
going to be
that's true.
taking turns here. I think Kurt's about to step out to urinate. As soon as he's done, I'm probably going to have to go. So let's keep this going.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to
Go
say,
ahead.
it hasn't attacked us.
It hasn't.
It hasn't been
Not yet.
hostile.
It
So how we
hasn't.
should just keep sailing.
Keep sailing with a watchful eye towards whatever it is that's following
I
us.
agree. And in 90 seconds, Truk will be ready to do whatever is needed.
90
90
seconds. He's
seconds.
optimistic. We'll time it, too, for those of us who are actually paying attention. With that, Calamity, how would you start to prepare the boat for what could be an attack? You're currently being stalked,
Yeah.
maybe?
So I tell the riggers to pull pull everything in that we can to generate more speed.
Okay.
Try to outrun it. Once I determine that that's no longer possible, that this thing is keeping pace.
Let's do, right now, let's do a charisma roll. Because you are
Alright.
ordering about your deck crew, which should respond to you based on your ability to
Well, he's
command
got
them.
the medallion.
Well, specifically the humans, the
humans.
alive people. The way this is going to work overall is the skeleton crew is going to do what they did in life.
Yeah. So that is a 8 for myself.
Okay, so you're able to order them around completely normal. You're not going to get them to lay down their lives for you right now, but they're doing what you need them to do to
Yeah,
get the
because
job done.
it's in their best interest as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, because if the ship goes down, everyone goes down with it.
Yes.
And actually, I'm going to consult with them since they have more knowledge of the sea than I. What do they know of the myth of the Kraken?
Okay, so as far as what the sailors know about the Kraken, I'm actually going to turn that over a little bit to Kurt, who's going to perhaps use some of the stories that he was told or heard of in the monastery as knowledge that the sailors might have. Because, well, I'm going to step out.
And Truk would be happy to share that. Do you think he needs to share about 90 seconds of knowledge?
Approximately, yeah.
So back when Truk was at the Wadazeshant Monastery as a young child, when he was 6, 7 years old and Michaela was just 9 or 10, he would read stories of the great epic battles, and he would read about warriors who had fought lesser demons and deities at the far shores, and people who had challenged the great heroes of old, but he was always intrigued by the seaside tales. One of them pertained to, well, there were several. There were giant octopi. But octopus, they're always a little slow. Whereas the Kraken was a squid of giant proportions and great strength and speed. It could dart and dash from side to side along a boat, and then in an instant, in the blink of an eye, its tentacles would strike out and wrap a person up, pull him from the deck and slam him down into the sea, never to be seen again.
Sounds really scary.
He could wrap a person, constrict him, crush him to death, or take him down to a Davy Jones locker, drown him beneath the sea. Alternatively, on occasion, the Kraken would spray a horrible ink that would coat the people on the deck and coat the ship. And Joe, you've missed quite a tale. Make it impossible for them to fight. The Kraken is a formidable foe. It can be hit many, many times without taking any noticeable damage, all the while grabbing sailors from the deck, crushing them, and throwing them into the sea.
I've heard that.
Now, did he say the whole thing as a pirate?
Aye.
Everything in this world has a predator. What is the Kraken's predator? Or the squid's predator?
This is not something that Truk knows.
Spout lore. Let's do a spout lore. Anybody?
I got this.
Go for it.
Sure, why not? Well, you want to do it? You got an intelligence.
I got
bonus.
a +3.
Truk definitely doesn't know it because he rolled a 4.
So Kalam'Te asked.
If you rolled, that's a failure. Thank you.
I thought you asked everyone to roll.
Anybody who wants to roll can roll.
I didn't want to. I already knew I didn't know.
I didn't want to.
That is 9,000.
9,000. Just say
12.
10.
It's a 9 + 3.
Okay.
It's a 12.
There are no known predators of the Kraken. They are just feasted upon by, scavengers after they die. They appear to be the apex predator
They're
of the
the top
ocean.
of the food chain.
Yes.
It's possible that Kalam'Te is a predator.
And it may be possible every now and then the smaller ones will get into fights with other animals, but
From what I've seen, is this
numero
a
uno.
full-grown or is this a baby?
The wake from one tentacle is the size of the wake of the boat you're on.
So this is a big bad one.
It's not a baby.
This is a big one.
It's a big daddy.
Yeah.
Or big mama.
Big mama.
Yeah. If she eats the boat, she'll be 0.6 pounds heavier.
Is Truk able to call upon the animals to help? Is he druid enough for that?
Are you druid
Are
for
you
that?
druid enough? That should be a new game show. Are you druid enough?
I don't think that's the way that Truk has gone with his druid training.
Yeah, I don't think he talks to animals yet.
I can do, I guess I could do what is the equivalent of communion whispers, which is...
Ooh, I like that one, though. That was the one where we had determined Frederica, because you have that branch from Frederica. You're able to bury it in the ground normally.
Right.
And get a sense of things around you in nature.
Correct.
I would like to try that here. Mainly, one big reason is because, as I had said, we had a chain going, and now Mickie has stepped out.
It would give me a vision of significance to me, my allies, and the spirits around me. Really what I'm doing is calling on the resident spirits of a place or the land. So here I'd be calling on the spirits of the ocean.
So what I would say is, in order for you to get this done, is you'll need to touch Frederica to the ocean, so maybe grab some of the wave that splashed onto the deck, and that Frederica's going to have to touch the ocean and the boat, perhaps at the same time, to get enough nature there to make this work.
Okay. Wisdom roll.
And unfortunately, with this being an audio podcast, people can't see you squat while you do this. Yes, 2d6 plus your...
7 plus, I think, 1 is 8.
Okay.
Which for me, I'll take.
Okay. And with that... that was a druid move, right?
Yeah, so the vision will be unclear and its meaning will be murky.
Okay.
Kind of like the ocean.
Yeah. The vision you get is of this specific beast actually pulling down vessels as large or larger than the one that you're on. It's like you get a little bit of its history. And this seems to be its hunting grounds or spawning grounds or something. It protects this area. That's the biggest feeling you get. You are in an area that it is patrolling and protecting. So
what if we
We have two
hightail it
options.
out of
We
there?
can fight or we can hightail it.
Hightail it out of there.
Hightail it.
That's what we've been doing. It's keeping pace.
yeah, it has a higher tail.
It wants to fight.
It very well could.
Or maybe it just wants to make sure that we're getting out of its way. Or what if we're going into its territory? Oh my God!
And just as Nesolis starts to freak out, the boat hits something.
the possibility.
There's a big something. There's a big thunk, and you can feel half of the speed. Maybe you're going 20 knots or so with a good wind. You can feel almost half of the speed bleed off, and you're all thrown forward a few steps.
Oh, crap. What did we just hit?
What sound does a kraken make? Does anyone know? You hear that.
Did we hit the kraken?
and up on the side of the boat, out of the water about 15 feet, is a beast with a beak, and it's making that gurgly, nasty noise.
What
that
the
Jacob just
hell?
made.
It was behind us.
What the hell? Well, a tentacle was.
All right,
Damn
so we
it.
cannot. We know we cannot talk with it, so I cannot be diplomatic.
I can't dominate it.
Let's blast that dude in the face.
So it looks like at this point, as we're deciding what to do next, on two sides, both, what is this, port and starboard, yes, both sides of the ship, there are large tentacles that are coming up to wrap themselves around the
Eldritch
ship.
Blast!
I would also like to hack and slash.
She said poof first.
Yeah, that's true.
So go, Mickie. Let's do an Eldritch Blast. That is, for anyone who is paying attention to our conversion from D&D 5e to Dungeon World, that is Magic Missile from the wizard. Go ahead.
Oh, 1d4.
We made that a
I don't have to
cantrip.
roll, right?
You do.
I moved it to a cantrip.
Yeah, we made it a cantrip, but you do have to roll for any spell you cast. Otherwise, free isn't all that good.
Free isn't good.
Yeah, involves no risk.
It is a 7 plus 3, 10.
Mm.
Woohoo!
So it just happens.
It just happened.
Go ahead and roll your damage. I assume you're attacking the Kraken.
The Kraken!
Any specific part of it?
With that tentacle that I see coming right at me.
Okay.
You don't want to hit in the face?
Hit the Kraken right in the face.
That's only Wayne.
Wayne's the only... No,
Wayne likes
he's got a pretty... He's got a pretty
tells him to
face.
hit himself in the face.
He's got a pretty face. We don't hit him in the face.
Do you like to be spanked?
I do. You didn't need to know that.
I meant
pause
Wayne.
this
I
for
meant
now.
Wayne.
Wayne, too. 4.
4 damage?
Yes.
Okay. And it has been recorded. Calamity. There is no...
There's other things that have been recorded too, yeah.
This is recorded that Mickey likes to be spanked, which
I was
is awesome.
like, wait, that's not what you
There
asked.
is no tentacle close enough yet for you to hit. It is all out of reach. The things are coming out of the water. Think of it as you guys are in the boat. The tentacles are coming out of the water like 20 feet to the side, and they're coming up around, and she shot something out. But right now, they're still, 15 feet or so away.
Okay. I would like to unlimber my greatsword.
Okay.
Have one of the
Duck's
skeletons
demise.
tie a rope around my waist,
Okay.
and I'm going
very
to
nice.
go charging off the prow and jump onto its head.
Right now, I'm going to limit what the skeletons can do, but you can get one of the alive people to do it.
Okay.
Okay. The skeletons, for now at least, they're just going to be strictly doing what they did in life. Okay, so you get, we'll call him Jerry.
Jerry, yeah.
Jerry.
Jerry Garcia.
He is now. Thank you. He
With the
is.
skeletons, I like it.
No, well, he's not a skeleton. He's
I know,
a,
but
he's a human.
Jerry's
Yes,
the leader,
Of the
Grateful Dead.
Yeah, he.
That was subconscious. I know you didn't intend that.
No, it's okay. He's an older guy. He's got like a grayish
He
beard,
is. He is.
and yeah.
Fire.
and he everywhere he goes, he wears bandanas all the time. Okay.
He's drop a lot of acid.
But he ties a hemp rope around you, and
Smoke
you're
alarm.
able to jump. What? I didn't get it right. All right. Okay.
And I want to do the whole, jump off, use momentum, downward stab as far as my greatsword can into its face.
So what is Truk doing as he sees this swan dive?
So Truk.
Actually, what kind of dive would you call it, other than heroic?
Honestly, it almost looks like he's jumping in a crouching motion already.
Okay, so he's doing air squats.
Yeah, air squats.
Okay.
So in Dungeon World, you're supposed to describe what you're doing, not the mechanic. But
Oh yeah.
So tell me how you think this works. When you go into battle
Yeah.
through Death Eyes, you do a roll. So I'm going into battle. So I want to do
How is Truk going into battle? Now, think of it as through Death's Eyes. You're naming something. So does Truk, as the monk, want to be, boisterous? Does he want to say, you're going to die? Or is it just the kind of thing where he just makes a mental note
It would
to
totally
the
be
GM?
it would be a mental channeling of energy.
Okay.
He would not articulate it, but he would
Okay.
know this is the foe, which is easy in this case because there's no
Yeah.
other foe. But he would say, all of my energy is here. I'm going to kill this.
So go ahead and read the move, because it's the first time we'll have it in gameplay. Read
Right.
the move and let's play it out.
When you go into battle, roll plus wisdom. On a 10 plus, name someone who will live and someone who will die. On a 7 to 9, name someone who will live or someone who will die. Name NPCs, not player characters. The GM will make your vision come true, even if it's remote, if it's even remotely possible. On a 6 or less, you see your own death and consequently take -1 ongoing through battle.
So think about this before you roll, since you're naming NPCs. And if you need to name someone who will live and someone who will die, you'll probably want the Kraken to die, but you still need to name an NPC who will live.
Correct. I only know one, and his name is
Jerry.
Jerry.
There are 5 other alive people and 5 skeletons, plus yourselves don't
the
count,
cook.
but Wylena does.
Okay, well, then clearly I will name Wylena.
I want to make sure you know
Although
these
my
things.
close number 2 would be the cook.
Yeah, which we haven't named yet.
No, but I will name,
I'll name him right now. His name is Boilin' Billy because he boils everything.
all right. I would clearly name Wylena. That's a no-brainer. I will name the Kraken to die. And I'm just curious, is this a mandatory roll? It says when you go into battle, roll 1 plus whiz. So every time you start a battle, do you through Death's Eyes?
Only if you're going to do that move.
So you have to choose it.
So the way it works is you're going into battle and you want to do it.
Okay.
Not you're going into battle and you have to do it.
So
that's the way we're going to play it.
Okay,
regardless.
so for the people at home, this is slightly frustrating because there's a wisdom modifier, which for me is only +1, whereas Dex is clearly my better stat.
And
so
it is
I know,
a fighter move, which, as a side note, a lot of fighters might not specify wisdom, but there are moves that lead to this, so you might want to beef up wisdom early on as the fighter.
Exactly. So I know going in here, statistically, I'm likely to get that middle roll.
Go for it.
But I'm just
Which
gonna,
is a success. I know you focus a
Right.
lot about how it really is partial failure. It's a success.
Correct.
It's just a success with cost.
But I'm going to roll it. Ready?
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
I love how
Come on.
Kurt's move takes like 5 minutes.
Well, I got to give you guys time. I mean, you're over there thinking about getting spanked, and JJ's thinking about going to poop. I just want to roll. Here we go.
Don't say that.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Did you roll 2 1s?
A 1 and a 3.
4 plus 1, 5.
Okay, that's 5 at least.
I see my own death and consequently take a -1 ongoing through the battle.
Now,
God, I didn't rub it on my boobs. Hang on. Let me rub it on
gotta
my
rub
boobs.
it on your
Hang
boobs.
on.
You-
Oh, I've been
you-
working the bench press. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Now I get a 9.
Should have rubbed it on your
All
boobs.
right.
So-
No, but I fail.
Okay, as you are going into battle, as Truk is going into battle, he gets a vision of being wrapped in a tentacle and his left leg stuck in a beak of this giant creature.
Oh no!
And you will take a -1 ongoing. Now, ongoing is something we don't normally deal with.
Right.
Ongoing is every single roll you make for the rest of this battle will have a -1 to it.
Correct.
After all other modifiers.
Right.
So
Now-
if you do something that
And
you
I
have a
mark an
+3
XP, but
on,
at this point,
yes.
it takes like 9 million XP to get a level.
Well, the way you're going, you'll have it in about 5 minutes.
True.
so with my charge,
Now your charge will connect.
okay. Well, no, because I charged. I
Yeah.
used a move charge.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't think
So
about
plus
that.
1
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
Would that have helped him at all?
No, because he only had a 5.
Oh, okay.
So it would have made it a 6. So it helped him be on the edge of failure instead of deep within failure's territory.
Fair enough.
But the butt guy, yes, the penis rectum feller, rectum.
We got to put this guy on our website.
So
It's so horribly
Calamity,
drawn.
you are now coming into contact with Squid with a rope tied around your waist,
Correct.
whatever. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and make that hack and slash roll.
All right. So
Come on,
it's more
Clay.
of a.
And you will take a +1 to this because you get a +1 forward as well, I think, unless it's just
It's
those
only
you lead.
allies. It just says only allies.
Does it say those you lead take a +1 forward?
Yes, those you lead.
Are you leading yourself?
I don't think so.
Then no. Okay. I'll let you talk yourself out of a +1.
Yeah.
That's
Let's
cool.
say in Magic, it would be like +1 to all elves.
Yeah.
If you're an elf, you get a +1.
I want all zombies.
Oh,
Damn it.
yeah.
It's okay. I still got a 12.
Nice.
Yeah, you did.
Go ahead and deal your damage to the Kraken.
To the Kraken.
Yeah.
Release the
I'm going to deal
Deal. Deal with it.
with
Deal with it.
Dude, JJ's dice give me a hard on. So awesome.
If you're a good
Gosh.
boy, maybe you'll get some.
The metal dice. Cool.
Put it on your list.
That is 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. You as you hit it, you feel the there's a lot of resistance in the hit. That this thing, its
I
skin
have,
is
I have
much
cracked
thicker.
his chitin.
Yeah. But its skin is much thicker than you anticipated for such a squishy
It
sea
has
creature.
chitin.
Yeah.
Can I smack it again with Eldritch Blast?
It now has 2 tentacles grabbing onto the boat, and you can hear the timbers of the ship start to crack. Truk,
Yes.
one of the tentacles wraps itself around you. What
Oh,
do
that's
you do?
never good.
Especially since
I mean,
saw
except in Japanese.
hentai.
So I'm holding my staff from.
One of the
I'm in
tentacles wrapped
Japanese
around me,
hentai
and I'm holding my staff.
The staff of Frederica.
Yep.
And I think I have to just do a hack and slash at it, right?
I guess.
I mean, if I'm,
Well,
I'm in a tentacle. I'm gonna
Don't, like you said earlier, don't think of the move you're doing. What is your character doing?
if I'm wrapped up in a tentacle and no one is helping me, and
Yeah,
I have my
whack
powerful druid staff, I'm going to be wailing it and channeling as much energy into it as possible. And you tell me what that looks like,
It sounds like a hack and slash.
which I do at Dex.
Well, you do it with Dex unless you're using the stick. The stick is defense for you, not offense.
Staff is defense.
Yes.
Defense.
That's what gives you a +1 to armor. Frederica helps to protect you, but does not deal extra damage on your behalf. Because the weapon itself is not a finesse weapon. The staff is not. But your hands, your body is a finesse weapon. The staff is not. The staff. So you're kicking something while you're holding the staff ready. When it attacks you, the staff helps you to block it.
Right. So I guess for the attack, if that's the case, I would really use. I mean, the difference
Bite it.
between I'd use my elbows, my fists, because they're much stronger.
It's all going to be close quarters 'cause it's wrapping itself around you.
Right. So actually, here I'd be doing like Sotuke and Uchuke and all these awesome blocks.
Some
And they're-
kind of sushi.
6 + 3, 9.
9. Okay. So you deal your damage,
Okay,
and
which is-
it deals its damage back to you, which
Correct.
I didn't write down. Damn it.
So
At least I wrote the
I
page
do
number down.
1d10. I do a 10.
10. Good gosh.
First
Good
good roll
Lord.
in 9 months.
That's awesome.
And but I still get the arm. Well,
Well. Ow. Okay. So you do that, and let me write that down. And it deals its damage back to you.
right. So am I wielding a staff now, or is that only if I'm attacking with it?
That's up to you, not me.
Well, I mean, I attacked with my hands. Am
Excuse me. I would assume you're not leaving the staff on the deck.
Right. The question is, do I get the bonus from +1 if I'm wielding my staff?
For armor, yes.
Yes. Okay.
And that's when you're wielding it to defend yourself.
Okay.
In this case, it's kind of crushing damage, so I don't know how that helps, unless you can describe how it helps. You're being crushed
put it
by
between
a tentacle.
you and-
It's kind of like think of the compactor scene in Star Wars.
Yeah. Actually, it makes perfect sense that my staff would be a block between it constricting me.
He keeps saying staff
And rod.
and duty.
Ramrod.
All right, your damage that the Kraken is doing to you is a D10
I roll it.
plus 5.
Jesus.
It's a
Minus-
freaking Kraken!
All right. Minus my armor, which is
Right
gonna be
now, it's a
+2 with
D10
that.
plus 5.
It rolled well
9
for
plus
you.
5, 14.
Okay.
And I would argue that I have 2
You can-
armor.
You can reduce your armor
12.
as because it was described appropriately.
To 12
Okay.
from
Can
26.
I
so,
do-
Wow.
Now,
Cage.
Nesolis sees Truk being crushed. What sound does Truk make when he's crushed to within a third of his life? Or by about a third of his life? Or is that more?
Almost
than
a half.
Half.
Almost half.
What does that sound like? Nesolis would hear it.
He'd like to joke that it sounds like spank me, but it really sounds like
Ow.
So that sound catches your attention, Nesolis.
I've heard this sound before.
You have a little bit from the rocks, from the earth swallowing
when
him
he
up.
was in this, and I remembered that cage worked well
Okay.
last time, so I'm going to throw a cage up around Truk to prevent him from him getting the life choked out of
anime
him.
bubble,
Yes.
Anime bubble.
pink
Around.
and blue, with my little pony dancing around it.
Whatever you want.
Your little pony?
Well, I'm in the cage. I don't see anything. We discerned that last time.
You could see the world around. You said you could. You just couldn't do anything about
I
it.
don't see any of the bubble. I don't see the My Little Ponies,
No.
Pokemons.
What's the number you get?
6 plus 3 is 9.
It's 9. Okay, so you have to pick from the 7 to 9, Liz. You've already got
Why is
a
Truk
big
always
bad
getting
demon
caged?
coming after you from the last one.
Why am I always getting caged?
Because you always need to help.
Yeah.
All right, draw unwelcome attention.
You want more unwanted attention. Outstanding. Okay. The cage, the bubble, goes up around Truk and severs the tentacle of the squid, which gets really pissed off at the person who casts that spell.
Invisibility!
And a tentacle comes at Nesolis. Calamity, you see the
Wait, can you
tentacle
cast-
going towards
I can
her.
cast invisibility.
You're off the boat now. Do you want any of your crew to do anything?
They are to do evasive maneuvers.
So they are to protect themselves.
Correct.
Okay. So let's do that as an order to your minions.
All right.
Right now, they are pretty loyal to you. This is something we haven't messed with yet. Normally minions in Dungeon World can have a loyalty number, and you can add that.
Do I get to do the voice
some
of
your
authority?
roll. Read it to me.
Take +1 to order hirelings.
Yes, heck yeah. These are your hirelings, without a doubt. Go for it. So you're going to get, right now, we're going to say that they're loyal to you at a pretty even keel, but they're your employees. So you're going to start with a +1 and add another 1.
Whoo!
This is all charisma.
Yeah.
You got it.
I got 7.
So that turns it into a 7. Without that, you wouldn't have had it, right?
For planning purposes, can I play Wylena?
Sure. As long as you really play Wylena.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, they will... so the skeletons are going to just try and secure the ship, because that's what they know to do. The alive people are going to do... So you got Jerry, you got Billy, Phil, Mickie, a few others. They are all going to be trying to do what with the ship? Just like batten down the hatches kind of thing?
They're going to actually pull out the... Remember I described the whole... that one time the chain, the ball and chain thing?
Yeah.
It with spikes on it. They're going to try to throw the spikes onto the tentacles just to drag...
All right, so they're going to defend, not just protect. Okay. We'll let them get to that, and what are you doing after shouting your order to them?
I tell the Kraken that you need to focus on me
Punk
using
ass.
my Exterminatus.
Oh, remind me what that is.
It's basically I
It's a
choose an
taunt.
enemy and I deal extra damage to it.
Okay.
So,
Go for it.
and I that little chip I made in this chitin, I'm going to keep cracking at it.
He said Kraken.
And
He did, really.
You did.
And he's going to roll now.
ha
Papa.
ha! That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. So you'll deal your damage to it, and it will deal damage back to you. Tell me what you deal. He gets to do extra damage because of his Exterminatus.
12.
12 damage, okay. The Kraken, its beak is able to get at you because you jumped at its head. And its beak chews at you. Your armor may protect you a little, but it is going to do a d10 plus 5 damage to you.
God, why does it roll high for fucking Kraken? God damn it.
Did you get a 9 as well?
No, I got an 8.
All right, 13. I thought you said 14.
Invisibility!
Invisibility?
Yes.
Let's
I'm going to cast invisibility.
go
on
ahead and
myself.
start that. Let's see what Truk is doing. He's being crushed by a tentacle.
Right. So while he's being crushed, Wylena, who is on the
Mickie, go ahead and make
deck,
your roll for invisibility.
sees what's happening.
Yeah.
At this point, she would like to use. She's not high level, but she'd like to use a little bit of minor, low level bardic lore
Uh-oh.
to do a little healing through her arcane art.
Oh, you're trying to play her as an actual bard.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's got arcane art, which would allow her to weave a performance into a base spell, choose an ally and an effect for 1d8.
I will let you roll it with no modifiers, and you will do half whatever the success is.
All right, well, she would be at level 2 at least. So she would get another 1d8 for healing song.
I don't think she's ready for that. If she could, she would have been healing herself. I don't think she's that
She was
far
in pretty
along.
bad shape last time.
All right, so wait.
So
she's
what I'm
get
going to
half
say
of a
is
D8?
you're going to be able to roll 2d6, and on any form of success, you will roll the healing and get half of what that total is. She is not a
healing's
player
1d8?
character. Yep, she is not a player
All right,
character.
in that case,
I
I'm
will
just going to have
not-
her shoot her bow at the Kraken.
Okay.
2d6?
Yeah, I'll let you roll. Go ahead and make an attack for her. Why not?
'Cause that's not worth it for that healing.
Okay.
7.
Okay. So then go ahead and roll a d6 for her damage against the Kraken, and since she attacked, the Kraken will attack her back.
Oh,
4.
no.
Yeah.
That's all right. 4.
That's all right. He doesn't care. It's Wylena. He doesn't care who lays tentacles on her. Another tentacle comes out of the water. The ocean sprays right up onto the boat as a tentacle reaches out for Wylena and hits her and knocks her unconscious, and probably a few more broken bones on the deck of the ship.
She's like very, very fragile.
Anyone
She
who
needs more
isn't
milk.
you guys is fragile.
She's not going to be able to tell our tale.
She needs more milk.
I'm going to have to tell her how to.
She definitely needs to beef up her bones. What'd you roll for the invisibility?
I rolled. Okay, so you said when I did my cage force, it severed the tentacle that Truk
And that thing is all pissed at you.
So does that mean that Truk is now safe?
He is
Wait, I'm
in
in
the
a cage.
cage until you drop it,
Yeah, he's in the cage,
which is why I didn't have
but
any
he's
damage
not getting
dealt to him.
he's not getting
Correct.
crushed. So here's the thing:
Okay.
in order to do invisibility, I have to drop his cage.
Sounds good to me. No, I mean, wait, what? Go ahead.
So if I'm going to go invisible, I've got to drop your cage.
But he's not being crushed currently.
But you're not being crushed.
Right. The tentacle was just severed. Severed? It
Severed?
was severed.
Shivered.
It was that's being severed.
That's what in the
It's
shed.
fan-
in the shed. Thank you,
In the
JJ.
set,
I was going there.
you're severed.
So it was severed, and Truk was no longer being crushed. He got a glimpse of Wylena shooting a bow.
Yes.
Truk got a glimpse of Wylena shooting a bow at the squid as he felt the tentacle loosen around him. And he's in that familiar feeling of it's quiet and you can see the rest of the world, but you can't interact with it. Are you going to drop the cage, Mickie?
I have
Is
to.
it
I'm going to go
Nesolis?
invisible.
Okay. Did you roll that already?
I rolled a 9 plus 3.
All right, so you got it. And then, Truk, the cage drops. The tentacle that was around you falls lifeless to the deck of the boat.
Correct.
And Nesolis vanishes.
Correct.
Calamity.
Again, I'm just
The
going
thing
to.
is still
I'm going to
Snapping
shove
at
my
you.
sword up inside its.
shove it up inside.
Yep.
All right. Let's go for another hack and slash. Are you attempting to exterminate it still, right? You've named
Yep,
it. And
exterminate
that's still, Yeah.
I've named
I'm
it
next.
Pete.
I'm ready.
Pete.
This is a 12.
Kraken Pete. Okay, let's get some damage out of that mofo.
That's a little better.
All right. That's the wrong pen. What
So
you got?
17 damage.
17.
Wow.
Good
Wow.
gosh, man. Okay.
It makes my
The-
Eldritch Blast feel so inadequate.
And I don't know what colors squid bleed.
Black ichor.
Okay, it's doing that all over you. It's kind of nasty, but maybe, I don't know. Do you
I'm
care
reveling
in
in
the
it.
heat of battle?
I'm reveling
Okay.
it.
Truk,
Right.
it feels like the Kraken has lost some momentum, but it hasn't stopped its tentacles from messing with everybody except Calamity.
Right.
It can't seem to hit itself in the face with a tentacle.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to use. I want to try to freeze the water where the tentacle is.
Oh, crap. He's going elemental again.
I want to freeze
Go,
the water
failure!
so that the Kraken and his tentacles cannot move.
Okay. That seems kind of big.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just moving the temperature of the water down. No big deal.
Of the ocean.
Just not the whole
So
ocean.
localized.
Just the water
like 50
around.
yards of
Yeah.
ocean.
The
I know it's salt water, which makes it harder to
Wow.
freeze.
So, but let's go physics here for a moment. 50 yards, you
Physics?
said, of salt water is about how many cubic tons of water,
I've been
perhaps?
trained by Druganok, the wild walker.
Good point. Go ahead and roll.
physics.
What you got?
7 plus 1, 8.
8. Hey, that's not an
So on
abject
an
failure
8, I can choose one.
of these horrible options.
The effect I desire comes to pass. I avoid paying nature's price, or I retain control. I will have the effect I desire come to pass.
Okay. So you will freeze the water. The Kraken will be unable to move. What does it look like as the water freezes? Ocean water freezing in the middle of the freaking ocean?
Exactly. So
You're creating a mini iceberg?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So there are terns and seagulls and oceans and waves all around, but here, right outside our boat, nope, it's freaking Antarctica. Right there.
Wait, so the boat's stuck too?
No.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, it
no,
is.
no.
I mean, it's stuck in the ice. The ice might be moving, but it's stuck in the ice.
Doesn't matter. The Kraken's not moving. You all go whale on it. Boom, boom, boom. Right in the
So
head.
Nesolis is invisible. Does she choose to do anything or just watch?
Absolutely. She is going to.
Because as soon as she attacks, the invisibility drops.
Yeah, as soon as I ran, right? Because I
Okay.
saw a tentacle coming towards me. So
Yes.
dropped invisibility, ran to a different part of the ship,
Okay.
lift invisibility, Eldritch Blast at the head.
I just
Okay.
froze a
Which
Kraken.
is where
I feel like I
Kalam'Te
didn't get any
is.
props.
Yeah, but I can control Eldritch Blast, Master
Yeah.
Missile.
Oh, yeah.
So that is.
You can control it until you fail. Did you fail?
Oh no! 10
Okay.
That's a
because it's intelligence for a cast. Yeah.
Yes.
That's that dice app again.
Yeah, exactly. You hear the dice sound, and Mickie says 10.
10.
Okay, so you got it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Whopping 7.
A whopping 7.
That's like half of the
But
damage
yours,
that you do.
yours ignores armor.
It does. It does.
That makes me feel so much better.
Does the Kraken have armor?
yeah.
Yes. And I will tell you that is one more point than what was needed to finish off the Kraken.
I killed the Kraken.
Yes!
The Kraken stops moving completely. Kalam'Te, you're on its head. As that Eldritch Blast hits, its head kind of explodes in the
Ew.
black
Nice.
ichor,
Sorry.
and you get covered. Now, so if you were reveling in it before, this
all-
is a
I-
celebration.
I cut out its tongue.
Nice.
It's the cracks you didn't want to talk about. Your wobbly bits are.
And you can hear the timbers of the boat cracking under the weight of the ice.
Ah,
Nature
crap.
is taking its price back from the
Oh.
ice.
Good job. Fireball.
Fireball. Fireball the shack.
Fireball the ice?
Fireball the ice. Can I fireball the ice?
You can.
To melt it.
And and if anything
not
goes
the way forward.
catastrophically wrong.
That's all right. You got to do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
So nature is.
Rub it on your boobs.
Nature.
Yes.
She went to the left
10.
instead of the right.
Yes!
You got to go to the left. You can't go to the right.
Dude, the breast rub never fails.
The
Wait,
the
that's not a 10.
No, it's not.
It's a 9.
it's a 9.
Ah.
Oh, though that matters.
That matters.
That matters.
Because you need to pick one of those.
I'm gonna forget it.
Are you going to forget Fireball?
Yeah,
Okay.
good call.
That kind of sucks because the unwelcome attention was about to be
Fuck
ice shards.
that. No.
Because nature, in addition to you have to pay nature's price, you also didn't choose to retain control.
Nope.
It's run away.
It's
Yeah.
run amok.
So,
Oh, God.
the-
Ice Age number 2.
the ocean itself is starting to freeze behind you.
Good.
Although she has freed the way ahead with the fireball, the ocean itself is freezing behind you.
nice.
And that's where
so
we're going to
good.
wrap up
We can
this
totally,
episode.
use the rope and some skis behind the boat.
You can do some ice skiing, ice skating,
Fantastic.
skiing. It's Ice Capades.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap up this episode, and we'll pick up right here on the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
so much. Peanut.
Do Krakens have penises?
Yes.
A kraken wreaked some havoc with the ship and crew before our heroes managed to send it back to the depths of the sea. Kalam'Te hacks and slashes, Nesolis casts spells, and Truk works his druidic charm to bring ice into the mix. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.